How's my volume? A little quiet. Come here, you. That's better. Maybe even a little closer. Yeah? Probably should have done a sound check before I started, huh? Oh well. Sorry, YouTube. Bonk. Gosh, get in there, you. Ugh. boo boo. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo 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 boo. Boo doo. This was a really long tail here. I don't know why I made this one so long. What you doing there, webcam? Freaking out a bunch, huh? That's exciting. Thanks, I hate it. Let's see if we reset you a little bit, huh? Are you done with that? Alright, where are my scissors? This is actually the first one that I ever tested this method with, this sprite here. This is the white mage. I tested it because I had the colors readily available. And because I recognized it from Final Fantasy 1. Oh, here we go. It was a white mage. I accidentally hit spacebar and turned off my webcam. A little blurry. Looks like a white mage though. Alright, who's next? Some kind of other mage. This guy. No idea what that is. Alright, where do I want to start with this one? So we have 3 colors, as usual. We have the blue, the gold, and then there's brown down here. It's probably pretty hard to see on the camera. But it looks like this on the dwarf here. Blue, gold, brown, same color scheme. Or dwarf. I don't know if that's dwarf. It could be a Viking. I don't know if dwarf is really a class you can be in Final Fantasy 3. This is make a beanie. Actually, I can't talk to you yet. What am I talking about? I'm not talking to you. Fix it. We'll probably start up here. The blue. Okay, and then the gold will start right there. And then the brown, which doesn't really matter, we'll start right there though. Wait, did I turn on my bot? Yeah. Do it right, Timmy. Messing around. Alright, so to get this thing started, wow. We have to go from the white mage's hat tip here to the black, whatever this thing is. We're just going to call it a black mage until somebody corrects me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spaces in between the tips of their hats. Alright, we're going to get a blue. Oop. Don't cut your headphone cord. Alright. Okay, so now, counting from this right here, okay, from the tip, which was 4 wide. Okay, so there it is. 1, 2. I already lost it. Okay. 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So my first one's going to be right there. Okay, so I'm going to go in there. If you don't do the sense command, I'm going to unmod you. Put you in timeout. Actually, I don't think I can put you in timeout. I think mods are immune to it. Alright. Now let's ensure that worked. Then we're going to pop out right there, assuming we did it correctly. Let's double check my count. Okay. Counting back the other way, I guess, this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Good. Alright. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, whoops. And this actually... Boom, 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 boo, boo, boo. I didn't mean it, Timmy. I'll talk to you. Come back. Oh, I came in too low on that one, actually. Okay, let's try that again. It's a little weird looking. It should be right on top of it. And it's not. This is not going well so far. Let's take it all the way back. What the heck? What the? Okay. That thing is wildly stuck. I did something really weird there. Alright, hopefully this will undo it. Yeah, so this is the beanie that Fusoya requested. You're, I think, the first person to ever recognize them, Lumina. Also, hi. And these are the ones I have done so far. Pretty soon I will be wrapped back around to where I started, and then I can do the top row. These are all the classes. This is actually like in line with this. I just didn't have room on the paper. So you can see like the little Viking horns pop back up over here. So they'll just be 2 rows, not 4 rows when we're done. Oh, cool. I'm glad you like it. This is kind of more complicated than it looks. I'm doing something akin to a Swiss stitch, but this is like a half Swiss stitch, which I sort of invented because I've never seen it exist before. But That just means I don't know the name of it. I constantly invent stuff in Yarncraft that already exists. I just didn't know how to find it because I didn't know the name of it. This half Swiss stitch enabled me to fit all of these characters onto the beanie because there's 22 of them. That's quite a few sprites. Pretty high resolution, actually. But I thought it was turning out pretty good. I kind of liked it. What is going on here? It happened again. This thing is just like not sticking out enough. Let's see if I can get that there instead. Alright, let's try that. That looks like it'll work better. Okay. Alright, and then we go like so. How's your evening, Lumina? This is my first ever yarn crafting stream. Long overdue. Okay, we're going to do 5 in that row. Just vibing out. Alright. I was a little sick today, but it was an alright day. Not my absolute best. Definitely not even close to the worst. Looking forward to getting some progress on this beanie and having some wine after stream. I just cannot make this thing look right. It just always wants to have that gap there no matter what I do. You like it? All right. I'm so behind now. Well, I'm not so behind, but this beanie has taken me quite a while to make. And, I mean, I started it back in November. And Gerd just finished the beanie quest, so I got another beanie to make. I figured, why not devote some stream time to catching up. I don't know what is going on with my first stockinette stitch here, but it is giving me grief. Now there you. Just like not sitting on there quite right. Get out of there. Ah, okay. Oh my gosh, what a mangled mess this has become. Alright, let's try that again. Take 2. How did that get so wonked? I mean, I guess that's normal. I wonk them pretty good on my best days anyway. And trying to do this in this setup without it like right up in my face is a little different. Alright, let's count. 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so I want to go in there. Alright. I'm going to start. Just like that. We'll go the other way this time. Maybe it'll be luckier. Alright. And then right there. Nice and easy. Pull them too tight. They don't work very well. they just kind of get smooshed in there and lost, and you get too much black coming through. Get better coverage if you leave it a little bit loosey-goosey. That looks better. Alright. 4th time's the charm. Fantastic. This is like a list of relaxing songs from JRPGs, and while this one does have some relaxing parts, the main theme from Final Fantasy VII has some like less than pleasant parts too. I think this part's nice. I like this one. Alright. Alrighty. This one's relaxing. Okay, and then 1 to make it 5 right there. Wow, the raid music is not quite fitting with the chill vibe. What's going on, JDO? Good evening. Surprised now you have to make an effort. Oh my goodness. All right. I think you just raided me into myself. Yeah, you did. There I am. Hello, fellow raiders. My name is Mickey Dad Rad. I take care of kids, I play old video games, and I make stuff out of yarn, and I'm finally doing it on stream. So, what were you up to? I already forgot. Wait, let me see if I can remember. You were doing Zelda Link to the Past randomizer. How'd it go? Did you finish your seed? You weren't showing in the camera spot in the screenshot, so I told him you were probably going to get the dog. You're welcome. As I crouch down out of sight. I was probably bending over to count stitches. This is Fusoya's beanie that he redeemed by finishing the beanie quest. Oh, oops, that's not where I want that. I feel like I'm going to have to tomorrow undo all the work I do tonight. So I can redo it properly. Cool it, lamp. Actually, that's the webcam, not the lamp. The lamp's not getting brighter. the webcam tries to make adjustments. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just knock these 2 out of the way. We were doing a pottery lottery. Yeah, I saw that you said the pottery stream on there. We had 900 out of a possible 1,106 checks. And I still wasn't in go mode. So, you know, stream... Wow, there's 1,100 items in Link to the Past. I mean, I guess that includes like little rupees in chests, like chests with 5 rupees and bombs and arrows and stuff. Gosh, 900 out of 1,100, you still couldn't go mode. Oh, there's that many pots at least. Gosh, are there extra pots? Or is that just how many pots there are in the game? I would have guessed like 200 pots tops in the game. I had no idea. 1 medallion and the boots. Oh man, the boots! Oh, The boots is like the first thing you want to find. So you were just walking around Hyrule in the Golden Land like a chump. That's brutal, GDO. Sorry about that. What a bummer. No boots. Ugh. Walking around like it was Zelda 1. Sir, I'm a professional. We prefer slow running. You were sauntering your pottery lottery. How much does one make as a professional pottery lottery player? It's a good salary. A lot of room for career growth. You get like options. None dollars. Ooh, none dollars. What's that in dollar reduce? Well, I'm not familiar with the conversion rate. Oh yeah, my webcam's doing this little ravey thing today. It's kind of exciting, kind of fun. Maybe we should change it. Wow, webcam, work cam. This one's called work cam. This webcam's mad at me because I haven't used it in months. Let's see. See if I can adjust a property here to maybe. Here, let's see if that does it. Very cathartic. Hey, it's like self-care. I can dig. Alright, so then that one goes there. You gotta play with the wire where it connects to the back of the camera. Mine does that sometimes. I mean, it can. Oh, is that what it means? Oh, I just disabled some setting and properties at random for no reason then. Loose cable in the back, huh? Do you have the same Logitech camera? Oh, that wire does move quite a bit. Wow. So then there's a 3, and then underneath that is a 2. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius? I don't even know what Brave Exvius is. Never even heard of it. Okay, and then a 2 that would be equal with, in line with that. So far, so good. We have an HD camera from the fine folks at Chinese Knockoff Incorporated. Oh, nice. Loose Wires Incorporated. Specializing in loose wires. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds like that bit from Black Jeopardy on Saturday Night Live. Long ass wire. Now everyone in the house can have cable with long ass wire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's double check that because I thought I counted 5. 1, 2, 3. Which one of you is in line with the one I'm trying to count? Okay, so that's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What? Did I mess something up? Something's not adding up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's no way those are in line with each other. Get in there, you. You're in the way. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. But I got the right amount of spaces here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That one's correct. So how'd this one get messed up? Doesn't even make any kind of sense. Like, okay, let's see. So from there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hey, Opno Point, thanks. How are you doing this evening? I'm gonna have to go back and double check those because they don't look right now. I should have checked them when I was over there. Oh, that's good. Good is good, I've heard. Wait, when I say it like that, it sounds like I've never experienced good. Good is good, I'm sure of it. From personal experience. Boom, boom. So how come JDO here couldn't find his boots or his medallion? So was it like the medallion that you need because you needed to like open a dungeon? What do you need a medallion in Zelda for? I wonder if the medallion was in the dungeon that you need the medallion to open. I wonder if you had a busted seed that can't be won. I mean, you'd think that they'd program it not to be able to do that, though. I'm sure they do. Digging on the Zelda Pottery Lottery randomizer creators for no reason. My apologies, creators. Boom, boo doo doo, boo doo 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 doo. Get used to seeing me undo my work. I do that a lot. It's very normal. It's all part of the process. I mean, it's normal when you make as many mistakes as I do. Gosh, this is harder to do than play video games, I think. Alright. So... Alright, then. That one's in line with those. Then... This one's in line with these. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Is that correct? At least you can undo things. That's true. Yeah, you can. It's always pretty easy to undo yarn stuff. The only issue is if I catch the mistake really late, I might have to undo a lot. This little white mage here, I did it last night and messed up like right here. So I start the white here and go all the way, messed it up there, and then finished all of this. And I didn't notice that I'd messed it up until I was coming back in with the red, and I couldn't get this to line up. And then I realized that, oh, that white one was in the wrong spot. So I had to undo all of this. Get back to that. I mean, I could have snipped it, I guess, and just tucked in some ends. But I prefer to like flagellate myself by making myself undo an hour of work. Alright, so from there it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then from there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, let's check. I think we had 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so far so good. So where was the breakdown here? Okay, so then here it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then from there it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how I messed it up last time, especially since I've undone it and I can't remember what it looked like before. So I really don't know how I messed it up last time. But looks like it's going to work this time. At least it's working in my imagination. Okay. Right there. Pop. There we go. I think... Ooh. What just happened? Oh, Opno Point has begun the Beanie quest. Excellent. Alright. I'm doing this to catch up on Beanie Quest. Now I got more people doing Beanie Quest. Maybe this plan has a flaw. That's awesome. Well, thanks for starting. Have fun doing your quest. If you got any questions, let me know. Welcome to the radish farm. Boop, 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 boop. You already got your beanie picked out? You already know what you want? So, the beanie quest is really simple. Just redeem all the stuff. So, I figured, hey, Future Rush, I'll tell you in a second. So, I figured I could just make it like earn a beanie and just make it 70,000, whatever. But then you'd never redeem any of the other stuff. So I invented Beanie Quest instead. So you get to do all the redemptions. And when all the redemptions are done, you're in a beanie. So the robot there, Radroid, is tracking you. Any redemptions you make, aside from the top 3, like the cheap ones, but everything after the first 3. So ignore, highlight my message, unlock a random sub emote, and modify a single emote. As you redeem the rest of those, Radroid will track it. And when you've redeemed them all, there will be a little and it'll let me know that you've finished. And then you tell me what you want, and I make it. So Future Rush, this is Fuso Yaz Beanie Quest Redemption. He wants all these little Final Fantasy 3 characters. This was a game only released in Japan. Well, I guess until recently. They did a pixel remaster of it. It was released in the US. He wants all of these tucked on his beanie here. So, I made this beanie. It's just kind of plain black beanie with a little bit of white trim on the brim. Just for flavor, and because I thought it kind of looked like the Final Fantasy text boxes on the NES. And now I'm stitching in all of these little characters. We just finished up the white mage here, and now we're working on this little moon mage, whatever class that is. I don't know. Yeah, I figure with Beanie Quest, that way you get to do all the redemptions, so you get your terrible joke, and you get to see the pets and stuff, and you get the big prize, and it costs, I never remember, it's like 70-something thousand channel points. And with as infrequently as I stream, it takes a while to get that many points. I'm not the most reliable streamer, although we're trying to change that this year. That's why it's my New Year's resolution, one of my New Year's resolutions. And this is our 14th stream of the year so far, so we're on track to make our 150.
Oh, that's rich.
It's funny, with like this chill music, all of my sound alerts are so disruptive. You need 70,000 more? Okay, so I guess it costs more than 70,000. I mean, I guess we could just do the math real quick, right? Let's see. It's 30 plus 20 plus 10, so that's 60,000. Plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, 66,000. Plus 1,500. So 67,500 radishes to complete the Beanie Quest. That includes starting the Beanie Quest. Wow, what happened to my yarn here? It got like tied in a knot. Look at this mess. What is this? So you've spent 7,000, so you got a little under 60k to go. You already got your joke. Oh, hang on. Let me untangle this. Don't let me forget your joke. Wow, what a phenomenal mess here. Did I accidentally run my needle through my yarn? Is that what happened here? You redeemed the joke. You're starting from the bottom up, right, Future? And you did Sweet Dog and Sour Dog already. Wow, I cannot believe how trashed this got. Maybe we'll use a new piece of yarn. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's fine. This is gnarly looking, but it'll probably mostly disappear when it's stitched through. Although your Sweet Dog and Sour Dog were definitely bought with counterfeit radishes. Alright, Opno, let's get your joke. Wow, you're already that close to the Grand Dame too? Yeah, Grand Dame definitely is going to be paid for with some... Oh no, wait, Grand Dame's 10k. Okay, that's not that close. Only Sour Dog was counterfeit. oh man, you could read the joke yourself. Don't look, don't peek. Okay. Alright, you ready, Opno? What do you get when you cross a tiger and a snowman? What do you get when you cross a tiger and a snowman? The answer is frostbite. Thanks for the redemption, Opno, and I'm sorry. I presume that you're laughing so hard right now that you can't type. Frostbite, get it? Because tigers bite things, I guess, is the joke. Wow. Like, even for kids, do kids think what's the first thing you think of when you think tiger? What kid is gonna say biting? They're gonna say stripes. Like, tigers are stripes. Like, that's their distinctive thing. They're just, the distinctive thing of tigers is not their mendacity, like that they bite stuff. Everything bites stuff. Lots of stuff bites stuff. Like, maybe like a snapping turtle or an alligator you could give biting. But tigers are striped. That's their thing. Tigers have stripes. We need a joke that has stripes, not biting. Biting. See, like, even a snowman and a snapping turtle would have been a better joke. Frostbite. I could have lived with that. I mean, frost stripes. Yeah, that's nothing. Frost stripes isn't anything. Thank you, Futurish. You have captured my feelings on this matter perfectly. What do you get when you get across a snowman and a tiger? Frost stripes. You get out of Mickey Dadred's channel is what you get. A new cereal. I mean, Frosted Flakes has a tiger for its mascot. I had cereal for dinner today, like breakfast cereal. It was super weird. I almost never eat breakfast cereal. I remember last time I did have breakfast cereal, but it was like family dinner. Like, that was our family dinner tonight. Was I went and bought everyone's favorite breakfast cereal, and we all just had cereal for dinner. Kids kind of liked it. It's kind of like embroidery. So the basic, do you knit at all, or you just crochet? The basic form I'm doing here is called a Swiss stitch, but I have done a modification of the Swiss stitch. So this is a beanie that has been made with stockinette stitch. Where, hey Melissa, yeah, all these sound files are so disruptive. These stitches here, you can't really see it because my webcam is jank, but they're like little chevrons, like little V's, or like, well, upside down V's if you prefer, that are created from knitting. So you make loops and then add loops up forever until you seal it off. And a classic Swiss stitch is you just come in and then like replicate the little V, cover up the little V. So you can see I'm making little V's here. Actually, it might work better from a little farther away. You can see all these little V's that I've installed over just by, so it is like an embroidery. Yeah, so this is, you do this on stockinette stitch, and your classic Swiss stitch is V's, like all V's at a time. But if I did all V's, all these guys would be twice as wide. So instead, I'm doing like a half Swiss stitch where I only do one side of the little chevron. So you can see this little red one here I'm pointing at. It's only half of the V, which means that like each little slash or backslash is its own pixel, which creates kind of an interesting effect, because then you have like the eyeballs on this guy. They're like, these ones slant up and to the right, these ones slant up and to the left. But so it looks like a little weird, like a little interlaced, but the impression you get when you see the whole actually kind of works. They look like little video game characters. People who have no idea what I'm doing have walked up to me and been like, "Oh, is that like Zelda? What is that?" Like, they recognize it as video game characters at least. So I must be doing something right. Also, Sarah says it looks okay, and if Sarah says it looks okay, then I'm definitely doing something right. She doesn't compliment me in an empty fashion. It's not her style. All right, well, let's bring this down here. Enjoy your lurk and your Critical Role watch party. What's a Critical Role watch party? Isn't Critical Role just a Twitch stream? How do you have a watch party of that? Isn't Isn't that just regular Twitch watching? Or am I having a watch party right now? I guess you can't hear me because you're lurking. It's okay. Just here to get radishes anyway. Now it keeps snagging on that messed up piece of yarn. This is kind of a goofy shaped hat this mage has here. Boom, boom, ba-doo, boom, 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 boom. I was already in love with Final Fantasy X by the time I heard this track. Alright, and then it's going to be... So we have the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And we're going to have another 3, but we're going to make this one go the other way. Come here, you. This one does not want to go in. There we go. I think that one was a little too loosey-goosey. There we go. Okay. Now I've tightened it too much. Find this happy medium here. Oh my gosh, that looks terrible. What happened there? There we go. I think, maybe. Oh yeah, I've done something wrong here. That didn't go down far enough. I usually go down too far. That didn't go down far enough. That's why I was having trouble getting it in there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Get used to that a lot too. I'm pretty sure I'm allergic to yarn. Thank you, Future Rush. This is maybe not the hobby for me. I did not actually mean to start yarn crafting though. It was an accident that I fell into. My sister-in-law left some yarn at my house. And I have a hard time throwing away stuff that I perceive to be useful. I love throwing stuff away, don't get me wrong. But like a perfectly good ball of yarn, I'm not going to throw away a perfectly good ball of yarn. So I thought, well, I'll look up a tutorial online on how to crochet. And I'll knit or crochet this into a scarf, and then the yarn will be gone. And I started crocheting. And my sister-in-law, who left the yarn in my house in the first place, was like, "Oh, you crochet? Let me give you more yarn." And I was like, "Oh, no, don't do that." And then everyone was like, "Oh, you crochet? Let me give you my yarn." And so everyone in the world gave me all their yarn. And now I have more yarn than I could ever crochet with in a lifetime. So I'm going to die before I stop knitting. I actually didn't even remember how to knit when I started streaming. I'd learned to crochet. Yeah, it happens. It just accumulates. They call it sable when your stock has amassed beyond life expectancy. Yeah. So I had learned to crochet before I started streaming, but I didn't know how to knit yet. So then I implemented Beanie Quest, and I was like, well, now I have to learn to knit because people are going to request a beanie from me. But I literally didn't know how to knit yet when I set up Beanie Quest. And even when my sister-in-law, the first to finish the Beanie Quest, had finished it, I still was like, okay, I haven't made a beanie yet. Like, I figured out how to knit, but here we go. And man, I think I made her beanie like 5 times. And it was just like a simple beanie, but it took me 5 attempts to make it. But I keep buying yarn the pattern tells me to and never use the yarn given to me. Yeah, that's my problem too. So I have all this yarn. I got a closet full of yarn. But then when I want to make something like this, I'm like, oh, the colors I have aren't perfect. So I'll maybe use 2 of my own colors and then go buy 6 new colors. And what am I doing? So one of these days, I'm just going to take all my colors and make the most hideous blanket you've ever seen. It's just going to be a total nightmare. Yeah, even when they're the same gauge, they're not quite the same. It's not as bad in knitting. Like some of these yarns, like this peach one here, is a little thinner than the rest of them because it's a different brand. I try and get mostly Red Heart because then they're kind of all the same size. But this one is skein tones and it's a little different size. In knitting, it doesn't matter. Crocheting though, like when you're making those little amigurumis, you can't be using different size yarn. Messes it up so bad, so quick. The like tolerance is very small. Right. Okay, so we're gonna finish that one there, and then this one's gonna come out underneath that one. Don't get me wrong, I love it, and I'm never gonna quit. I can't believe I went for so long without knowing how to do this. Like, I don't remember what I used to do with my hands. What did I used to do when I was like waiting in the doctor's office for my kids' appointments to be done or whatever? Waiting for the bus. I guess I just had my phone. Actually, I was never really a big pull out my phone kind of guy. I was more likely to have like a Game Boy Advance with me. Speak of the devil, I got a Game Boy Advance right here. Or a DS. That's what I started doing with my leftover yarn, but forgot I should do that. It's different materials and gauges, but I don't care because an animal will use it someday. And that's not bad. There's gotta be projects that are good for like little bits of yarn to just get rid of. I mean, you could also just stuff amigurumis with them. Man, my beard is like way long and out of control. I need to trim this thing. I'm like full lumberjack now. Okay, you have my half attention now. How are you? I'm good. See, now I said good twice. You'll hear one of them. How are you, Melissa? Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, that's going to go up there, through there. So I do have your full attention, you liar. Okay, we're gonna go. Alright, so we started up here and we've come down to this point. So I think I'm gonna like creep down to the edge here and then zip over the brim here, come back this way, and then kind of wiggle down here and then go up like that. I don't usually like to go up. When I'm doing my Swiss stitch, I like to start as much as possible at the top and move down. I don't like to move up, but I can. I could even jump from here or here up to the top and then scoot down. It wouldn't make a big difference. The back of it looks like a disgusting mess regardless. There's nothing you can do about it. Just playing Valheim also, so I couldn't see you had full attention, more like you have my audio but not my visual. That's cool. I almost never watch streamers. They're like, did you see that? I'm like, no, I was listening. I wasn't watching. Are you playing with Big Mac? I watched Big Mac open like 40 packs of Pokemon cards the other day. 0 Psyducks. Much disappoint. Okay, so we'll come down here. Like so. Oh my gosh. By the way, I hate black yarn. I hate knitting with it, I hate crocheting with it, I hate everything black yarn. It is so hard to see what you're doing with black yarn, unless you are in broad daylight. Nobody can see black yarn, yeah. That's kind of its whole thing. I've knitted a beanie and I've crocheted a beanie, and the crocheted one is much easier to make. Knitting involves way too much apparatus, double-pointed needles everywhere. Yeah, the double-pointed needles take some getting used to. Let me ask, did you use metal double-pointed needles? Because, wow, I hate those. Metal-pointed needles feel like holding on to, it feels like you're trying to hold on to raw egg. Like when you get raw egg on your hands. That's how metal double-pointed needles feel to me. Like I feel like I'm holding raw eggs and my stitches slip right off. So I only use bamboo needles now. Also, like when I had to make this beanie, let me see, I got my little thing over here. I made this with really small needles. I mean, look at these things. These are dinky. They're like 2.25 millimeters was the needles I used for this. Okay, good. Wood is better than the metal ones when it comes to the double pointed. So I started it with a 3.5 millimeter, just because that makes the first round a little stretchier if I use bigger needles. And then I bought a bajillion. Oh, I don't have them in here. Of double pointed needles. Oh, yours are plastic. I don't think I've ever used plastic needles. I used plastic crochet hook, but never plastic needle before. Oh, no, that's not true. I do have those big, giant plastic needles. But I prefer my wood ones. So, like, the packs of double-pointed needles usually come with 5, but this thing's like 120 stitches around. And I could not fit 30 stitches onto a double-pointed needle, so I had to buy 2 packs and do 6 double-pointed needles to close it. And even then, when they slipped off, the needles were so skinny, it was like hard to find your stitch again. And you have you know, I've seen those kits, and I considered getting them, but I had Zero. We had that question earlier. It's Final Fantasy 3, can't you tell? So like where you screw off, you like take the little needle and you like screw it onto the cable and off. I kept getting snagged on the little connector there, but maybe it was like a low quality one I was dealing with. Well, this is weird. My webcam is wobbling, but my picture's not really wobbling very much. I wonder if it's like automatically adjusting. We beat Mystic Quest. Now we gotta beat this Beanie. I prefer the metal needles. The click is nice. The wood ones do a little click, but it's not as nice as the metal click. Like those truly pro knitters who are click, 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 got that perfect tempo. That does sound cool, but I don't have that perfect tempo. So it doesn't sound that cool for me anyway. Alright, we'll do 1, 2. And then we'll come underneath it here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll just go straight down here. We should have been listening to Mystic Quest music, huh? I did promise. But I didn't figure I would be doing a crafting stream this soon. It only occurred to me this morning that I could. And I figured we just beat Mystic Quest, so let's try something a little more chill. When Future Rush and I crochet a beanie together, we'll listen to Mystic Quest. That's good that you've crocheted a beanie, Future, because I have actually never crocheted one. I have done various methods of knitting beanies, but I've never actually crocheted a beanie. And yeah, crocheting is like simpler than knitting, like when it comes to technical stuff, because crocheting doesn't fall apart the way knitting does. No double needles, you don't even really even need 2 crochet hooks. It's just you, crochet hook, and your yarn. No problems. I have one circular needle that's metal. The rest are in the kit. I don't even know what I've got. I keep like, oh, I need this, and then I go buy one, and it turns out I have 3 of them already. Or I think I have a thing, so I start, and then I don't have that thing. I'm like, what am I doing with my life? Why don't I know what I do and don't have? Oh, because my closet's full of yarn. It's like some kind of metaphor for my life, I'm sure. It's just stair steps all the way down, so that should be pretty easy to not mess up, right? Okay, so we have that one there, one to there, 1, 2, 3. 3 more steps here ought to do it. I used to play this song on the piano, if you can believe it. Don't ask me to do it again. I haven't played piano in years, but when I was living in Japan, I had a keyboard. Printed out some sheet music for Tuzanarkind and learned to play it. Nice thing about the kit is that you can use them as straight needle. Yeah, just my mother had those stoppers, and probably one of these days I will get a kit. as soon as I get my life together. I like the idea of the kit. Oh, this is not a relaxing track. Oh my gosh, this is a triggering track. Who else ever dodged 200 lightning bolts for that dingle-dangle sigil for the Onion Knight? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is not relaxing at all. Disagree, Spotify playlist maker. One of my cables was chewed in two by a shelter bunny. They'll do that. I thought you didn't have bunnies anymore. But yeah, rabbits will chew anything. So will the sweet dog, the beagle. She ate through my garden hose, not just like 2 weeks ago. Oh, was it the shelter? You were knitting at the shelter, huh? I take my knitting everywhere I can, too. Much to my family's chagrin. They're like, don't bring it. It'll make it look like you're bored. And I'm like, I am bored. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 spaces between there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It should have been 6. Did I mess something up? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I'm already where I needed to be. I was adding an extra step. Oh, in knit and crochet club. Nice, like a knitting circle. Oh, that's where you first learn? That's cool. I want to start a knitting circle. I would love to like just go to the Starbucks down the street and be like, knitting circle, let's do this, and just have people join me. I did one time in a waiting room at a hospital. Someone walked up while I was working on something, when she's like, well, if you got yours out, I'm going to get mine out too. And she pulled out her knitting. She was working on a... You can't drive all the way down here just for a crochet circle, Melissa. Pandemic killed the club. Oh, see, I learned to crochet before the pandemic. I did start streaming after the pandemic, though. I mean, not really because of the pandemic. I think it was more coincidental than that. All right, let's see. So there's the gap there, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, that's correct. I kind of fell into Twitch by accident because one of our foster placements played Fortnite, and he wanted some bonus loot from Twitch Prime. So he was like, hey, do you have an Amazon Prime account? Can you set up a Twitch Prime account? And I'm like, sure, bro. Just tell me what to do. So I set up the Twitch Prime account thinking Twitch was all like Fortnite players and stuff. And then on the thing I see like, old video games I recognize. I'm like, oh, what's this? And started clicking into streams and finding these like smaller streams where they played retro games. I'm like, what? This is awesome. It's like hanging out with your friends and playing video games. I want to do that. So I told Sarah, like, I'm going to stream. And she's like, all right, here's a checklist. 500 things you have to do before you're allowed to stream. Things like good lighting, good audio. You have to have a brand. Like, she wasn't going to let me have a no crummy stream. It was a cage break for one of the animals twice a month. Gave them a chance to be themselves without being in the spotlight. Oh, okay. I've actually done that with my friend Karen's kid. We had a knitting party and raced. Wait, you speed knit? You raced knitting? What was the race? Who could knit a scarf the fastest? What was the, how were the results judged? Oh, how many rows you can get done in half an hour of knitting? Depends on the length of the rows, I guess. I can get a lot of knitting done in an hour. Much faster at knitting than I am at this half Swiss stitch. We'll call it Swisty, because it's half Swiss, half stitch, so it's Swisty. Swiss stitch. Swisty. It sounds ridiculous. Let's not call it that. Oh, that came out in the wrong spot there. So it goes 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, And then another 1, 2. That's way too high, though. How'd that get all the way up there? 1 second. Trying to fix my latest blunder. Gosh, what was I doing way up there? Alright, so it needs to be up there. Then repeat. Small amounts of yarn can be used to make nests for wildlife rehab places. I don't know if you have one near you. I made several for the wildlife center here. Nice. Like you just give the pieces of yarn to the animals and they build nests with them. Or you make little beanies. Oh, okay. Little tiny beanies. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So on top of the 3, which is right there, we have a 4. On top of the 4, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Well then, maybe I was in the right spot because I was doing a different kind of stitch. Yeah, let's bring that back up there. Oh, you don't just throw little pieces of yarn out in the wilderness for animals to choke on? Weird. I have 3 right now. I never delivered because I don't volunteer there anymore. Pendic. Yeah. Oh, and then moved. Oh, yeah. We started volunteering when we moved here at the food bank. But then school killed it for the kids. Not because school did anything wrong, but all of their volunteer events are during school hours. I'm like, well, I didn't sign up for me, so it makes sense. I'm like, I guess you're trying to get adults to come, and adults are free during when the kids are in school. But I signed up to bring my kids with me, and I can't bring them. Okay, then that one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we're back up to here. What has occurred here? Something is not right again. Birds would probably still take pieces of yarn in the wild for nests, but it's better if humans... That makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, if I left some yarn near the princesses, they'd build nests out of it. Oh, I see it. Okay, so it's not next to that too. It's next to that too. Got it. Okay, so it's going to come out right there instead. Okay, and it's going to be, yeah, these two are going to go directly into those that I just, This would be easier if I were just knitting something simple instead of doing like this really complicated, precise portion of crafting. Absolutely. So I've never crocheted a beanie. So I've always wanted to try. And yeah, that's what I do. I make beanies. I need a new beanie for stream too. Maybe we'll make a Psyduck beanie. You got yellow, black, and white? That's all you need, really. Do a little, like just a touch of amigurumi to make the eyeballs and the little tufts that come out of the top of his head. Okay, this one's gonna be 7 when it's done. How many do I have so far? Alright, so it goes 1, 2. Oh, it's just solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Boo-doo-doo, boo-doo-doo. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so that'll take us there. Then we're going to go up and to the right from there. So we're going to have that. And we're going to go right there. Come on, you. Alrighty. Starting to look like a wizard hat a little bit. Kind of. See what I mean? It's very impressionistic. Like a very Monet kind of look to it. Monet wishes he could knit like this. Get dunked on, Monet. I like the even numbers. They're easier because then they're just classic Swiss stitches instead of halves. If Monet did crochet, he didn't crochet because it rhymed with his name. He's like, I can't do that. It rhymes too much. He really did want to crochet, but his parents made him paint instead. Don't you hate that? When you want to be a yarn crafter and your parents make you become a famous painter instead. Although I don't think he was really famous. I don't think Monet was really popular when he was alive. I think he's one of those who was more successful after he died. Oh no, what on earth have I done here? I have just wrapped my yarn around a bar for no reason. I don't even know how I did that. Believe it or not, I mess up less than this when I'm not streaming. Maybe this is why I don't have crafting streams. Okay, let's pull that out. Welcome to my first and last ever crafting stream. Oh gosh, what a mess. All right. I wouldn't try to crochet a Monet, but you could probably like latch hook one. Latched hook water lilies. Okay, then this is gonna go right there, and then back up to create the tip of the cap here. All right, and then we're going to go diagonal again. There. All right, and then down. I'm going to skip one to create a little black gap there. Some of these little characters look like just absolutely nothing until you're almost done with them. It's a really very much a trust the process kind of experience. Because when you have just one or two colors, it looks like, oh my gosh, it doesn't look like anything at all. Then you get the third color on there, and oh, actually, looks pretty good. Yeah, right there. And diagonal again. So much zigzag in here. I'm just zigzagging all over the place. Let's see if I even got any of these in the right place. Okay, after this one we'll do a little check. So that one's going to go there. Come out right there. Alright, let's see. So that one is just under the tip of the cap up there with how many spaces between? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 black spaces in between. Let's see if that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thank goodness. Did something right. Alrighty. Now, we'll do 2 there. Maybe I should just point the camera out a little further so I can hold the yarn closer to me. Uh-oh. No, that's not right at all. That went out too far. I'm supposed to just stick out 1. At least I noticed it right when I did it. That's a first. Okay, so instead of coming out there, you need to come out there. Hey Gerd, how's it going? Because of you finishing Beanie Quest, got a little more pressure on me to get this one done. So this is Foo's Beanie I'm working on right now. And then I'll work on yours. Hopefully yours is easier. Okay. Take a look at it. Here's some of the little Final Fantasy 3 characters. Pretty good. We're almost about halfway done with this one, I guess. Like, if I finish this one and the next one, which will be this guy right here, then I will be halfway done, because I'll only have 11 more to do. I'm glad you like it. It's shockingly a lot of work. This is actually the longest I've ever spent working on a beanie, but I certainly don't mind. I actually kind of relish a challenge. Okay, 3, and then we're going to start underneath this one here. Any beanie that kind of pushes me to learn something new, I enjoy. Like, I'm looking forward to doing this blitz ball of yours, because I'm not at all sure how I'm going to make the bumps. Like the nubs on the blitz ball. I think my current thinking, my best idea, like what I'll start with, try and experiment, see if I like it, is knit the base beanie, the blue and white, and then make nubs that are like kind of really, really, really shallow cones. Like, hey, Ghost Dog. Oh, we got polterpupped. I was actually lurking in your stream earlier tonight. I don't think you rated me in. I think I left your stream. But I already, wow. Everybody left where I was lurking. Hi, Ghost Dog. How was your Metal Gear? Pretty good. We're working on some little Final Fantasy 3 characters here. This is for Fusoya, who finished the Beanie Quest. I thought, instead of goofing around playing video games, I should make some progress on my backlog. And I'm having a good time. This is my first yarn crafting stream. I'm messing up a lot, so I clearly need a lot of practice. Oh, hey, thanks for that gift sub there, Sepulchre Time. Now you got all the Psyduck emotes you'll ever need, Ghost Dog. Yeah, right, like there's enough Psyduck emotes in the world. Hey, Kel, how you doing? Ghosty told me to ask if you bend the shaft to create tension. That sounds like a very ghost thing. You're gonna have to be more specific, Dave. Oh, sweet. Look at that. What you got? Got your little... Which badge is that? Is that the electricity badge? I don't even know which Pokemon badges they are. I'm such a noob. You'd think I'd have bothered to figure out my own badges. Alright, so then this is going to go like that. Alright. So you were playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? Is that a real word? Revengeance? I've never even heard of Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. What are we talking about here? What are we dealing with here? What is this? Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Is that a traditional Metal Gear game? Is it like a Metal Gear trading card game? Alright, how do I want to do this? I think I'm going to go do those two, then those four, then pick back up in that row. It's a very fun game where you play as a cyborg ninja who cuts people, hamburger style. Is this a real Metal Gear game? Is this like a canonical licensed game? Or is this like a fan game? I mean, who doesn't want to slice stuff in half? Remember how Fruit Ninja? Remember how popular Fruit Ninja was? Gosh, everybody loved Fruit Ninja. Oh, it's Fruit Ninja. Okay. Well, it's Hamburger Ninja. Or what is it? Cuts People Ninja. It's People Ninja. I think you just call that a ninja. I mean, I think that the traditional ninja carried that weapon to cut people, right? Not fruit. I just had this suddenly very violent image of a Fruit Ninja game where it was like human bodies that flew up and you sliced them. My kids probably would have thought that was hilarious. They're a little twisted. What is this track? Okay, this is the part where my yarn got a little janked, so it might look a little weird when we're done, but I think we'll be alright. Alright, so then this is going to come out right there. Come on. Come on then. Wait, oh, there we go. So, I guess technically, this is a form of embroidery. And what I am doing is a modification of what's called a Swiss stitch. A Swiss stitch is where you take a yarn and you sew it through a stockinette stitch and you just cover up the stitches. See how I got all these little stitches put in there? So they're just covering up the stitches that are underneath. I mean, you just loop it through. Now, classic, regular, normal, the only Swiss stitch anyone's ever heard of, makes little V's. But I'm doing a half Swiss stitch so that I can fit more pixels in. It's really hard to do, but it looks so good when it's done. A running whip stitch? I don't know if I know what a running whip stitch is. What's a whip stitch? But I mean, there's so much stuff I don't know what it is. It makes it really hard to like research it when I don't know the names for stuff, because I'm like, oh, I need to look up a tutorial on how to do this, but I don't even know what to Google because I don't know what they call it. Like there's a crochet stitch called the cross stitch, and I really wanted to be able to do it, but I didn't know how to Google it for the longest time. It took me forever to figure it out. It's the suture so you can pull one and it all comes in. Oh, okay. I mean, crochet is all like that. Crochet is whoosh, and it all comes in. I mean, also knitting. You just got to take the needles out and it'll all come undone. Well, you couldn't pull on any part of this. This is pretty well in there. This would be really hard to take apart. In fact, it's a lot of work to take it apart. I know, because I've taken it apart many times already. All right, so then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This one down here is a little small. The underside of this hat's going to be a little smooshed, but that's okay. Useful for minor lacerations, I imagine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, bummer. Odd numbers. Wasn't this song in Final Fantasy 11? Oh, Final Fantasy 15. It sounds like something from 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I never played 15. Okay, and then we're gonna go up. Right there. I think I'm gonna tilt my camera out just a little bit because I keep hiding my work from you. Can we bend up just a little bit? Wow, really? Well, not that far. There's my shirt. All right, let's try that. See if that's any better. Good thing I wore pants today. Whew. I'm kidding. I always wear pants when I stream. I actually prepare for stream like I'm hanging out with somebody. I brush my teeth. I like comb my beard. Like I prepare like any of you can smell my breath through the microphone. It's just like a process I go through. Implemented a pet cam today on stream and had the same issue. Trying to adjust it, get it set up. I just finished a nice big crochet project, my first ever, and there are 3 more lined up. Nice. Well, good for you. What'd you finish? Did you see my, do we still have the Bowser? I think it's the Bowser. Did you see my Bowser? If you scroll down to the About Me section, there should be a Bowser down there somewhere that I crocheted for my nephew last year. It's kind of my most ambitious crochet project to date. I'm actually like a little mad at crocheting in general because that one took so long. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll finish with a 3. Howl's sweater from Howl's Moving Castle for my girl. That's awesome. I've actually never seen Howl's Moving Castle. It's like, yeah, on my bucket list. Cool. I'm glad you like that Bowser. That's big too. That Bowser's like this big. It's like a big giant chunk. So like you made a full-size sweater for your first crochet project? I never even crocheted a sweater. Like usually sweaters are knit. That's wild. Also, I thought I had the perfect angle to get little pets behind me. Just like 45 minutes of Tibbs nuts. Horrible angle, and he refused to move. That's what the people want to see, Melly. That's how you get the big follows on Twitch. What was I doing here? Oh, that one, yeah, goes there. Boop, boop, boop. So did you finish slicing all the humans in half? Or did you make good progress in your Metal Gear Rising Revengeance? Gosh, it sounds like a joke name. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, I probably should have popped out up top for this one and come back to that one. Okay, so right there. About 60% done. Sliced the humans in half. Good. That's what you want. About 60% done with the game, so I'll finish it up tomorrow and slice more people into hammer. Good. They probably deserved it. I'm sure they deserved it, right? You wouldn't slice them in half if they didn't deserve it, would you? It's so out of place. We can't have a chill yarn stream and have ridiculously loud raid alerts. Oh, alerts. Oh, it's an alert. Hey there, 0 counts and raiders, excluding Bug. Hey. My name is Mickey Deadred. I take care of kids, I play old video games, and I do make stuff out of yarn, see? Hey, good night, Melly. Thanks for coming by. Hey, what's up, Shadow? So, last night, Shadow raids me into... I don't even know this, guys. I don't even know what I was doing up that late, honestly. I was late night twitching hard last night. It was pretty fun. Shadow raids me into this stream, and they're playing Micro Mages. And I've literally never seen anybody else playing this game, and I was totally pumped. I was so excited to see Micro Mages. And he called Shadow Muda. Is that... Yeah, Rocket Sana. Thank you, 0 counts. Also, hi, 0 counts. How did it go? You didn't come in, like, yelling PP. So actually, you just raided me into myself. There's me again. That's 2 I rated myself twice tonight. Oh, you did get it! Congratulations! Of course you got it, because I was lurking there. Every time I lurk in Zero Stream and don't actively watch, something great happens. 3rd place by 3 seconds. That's fantastic. So now you're gonna go for first, right? I'm so happy for you. Yeah, we got the junk cam today. Crotch cam. Well, not today, obviously, but man, when you're that close, don't you kind of like? Aren't you like curious? Like, well, I'm so glad. Seriously though, I am like, I'm not superstitious really, but like I'm a little bit cursed. Hey, thanks for that follow, Lolo Guru, and for that Psyduck. I swear, every sporting event I've ever been to, my team loses. And like while I'm watching people, they don't PB, they don't world record. Although actually Bug got a PB yesterday while I was watching him. But if I lurk and don't watch, good stuff happens. Although I say that, but I went to my first NBA game like a week ago, and the Lakers were down by 25 at halftime, and I'm like, see, my team never wins when I watch. And they came back. It was like the biggest comeback of the season. So maybe it's turning around. Today we're working on a beanie that Fu Soya redeemed for, well, he completed the beanie quest, and he wanted all the Final Fantasy III classes on a beanie, so made a plain black beanie with a little white border down here to look like a, text box from a Final Fantasy game. And we're stitching in. We made a plain black beanie, and we're stitching in all of these. We're about almost halfway done. When we finish one more, this one here and one more here, that'll be halfway done, because I already have one up here in the first row, just for like location. It's really hard to get these started, really easy to mess them up, and well, I mean, it's really easy to Mickey them up, I should say. Congratulations on your PB, that's really exciting. So seriously though, like, I know you were planning to move on once you got your sub 145, but maybe you got curious now. Maybe you want to know how far you can go. How low can you go? Just like Bug here. He's going to go for world record in Star Tropics 2 now. Oh, Animaniacs record? So you have the Animaniacs record and you just want to push it a little further out of reach? Just to be fun. But that's how I am with my games, Bug. I'm like, some of them I'm like, I'm just glad to have that done. Like, let's move on now. I'm glad to be done with that game. I don't want to play it again. I don't want to play it more. You know what's weird, Zero? Is this morning I was like walking around doing dishes and like humming, and I'm like, what am I humming? And I realized it was the Animaniacs Genesis music. I was like, why am I humming this? Oh, I've seen too much Animaniacs. It's good music. It's pretty catchy. All right, we got the 3 there, and then there's one more beyond. Wait, there's not 3 there? Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong part. Okay, yeah, one more. That Animaniacs game is great. I never played either of those Animaniacs games, the SNES or the Genesis, when I was a kid. But I added the Genesis one to my lists anyway, because like, eventually I'll run out of games that I played as a kid, and I'll play games that I would have wanted to play as a kid. And that game looks great. Alright, and then that's going to go up like that. And then we're going to need that one there. What do you think? Starting to look like home dude here? Looking alright? Man, I don't usually get rated by 0. 0's usually up later than me. Hey, thanks for that follow, XY Taruka, and for that side. How are you doing? I do not have anonymous follow alerts like 0. I'm not considerate. Oh, special case. So you kind of cut stream early. I'm just kind of happy. Let's go. Well, I also started a little late because I was like, I'm going to go stream. And Sarah was like, hey, will you review this essay for me? I was like, Okay, there goes half an hour. But I like reviewing her essays. I'm really flattered that Sarah trusts me to review her writing and give her feedback on it. She told me today, she's like, I took almost 50% of your feedback today. The rest, she's just like, no, garbage. Going okay? Came with okay. Came with Ghosty and just kind of mellowing in the late night biz. Ghost stream is one of the best streams to mellow in. I describe Ghost Dog's stream as like chill with hardcore swearing. Like, just kind of out of nowhere. It'll be all chill, kind of Bob Ross, and then just beep, 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 beep. We don't say those words here. I mean, I say them here all the time, just not while the camera's on. Zero here. Chill chaos. That's a good way to describe it. Zero here once. He has a question of the day on his stream. And if you're not following him, go follow him. And one time it was like, do you ever swear? How much do you swear? Hey, thanks for that follow, Dave Dartek. And for that, Psyduck. And Slowpoke. I'm always leaving Slowpoke out of it. I love Slowpoke too. Zero's question of the day was like, do you ever swear? How often? And I was like, oh yeah, I swear constantly, all the time. And Zero was like, I never would have guessed. That's so weird, Mickey. Like, well, I don't swear on stream, but I do swear constantly. I have actually sworn on stream like 3 times. Once, like, I read a swear word in the chat, just not thinking about it, and then twice while I was like playing a puzzle game of all things, like Fire and Ice. Like, swore a little bit. Yes, Zero swears a lot when he runs Team Buddies. I told Bug yesterday I didn't want him to raid you because I was like, no, if you raid him, he'll PB and then he'll stop playing Zero or Team Buddies. And I love listening to him play Team Buddies. Just the description of what you're trying to accomplish, it's just sounds so funny. Like, okay, I just gotta jump over the lava here and put this block in this guy's way, and it's just I have no idea what you're talking about, and I love every second of it. Okay, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then underneath that we have a 1, 2. Okay, perfect. Sheep. No. I've never run a game so volatile. Come on. I think Bug likes listening to Teen Buddies too. Okay, then we just have this really long vertical shaft. Look at that. It goes like all the way down and then just to the bottom. So that's actually going to be pretty easy to do. Long vertical shaft. Maybe this is the shaft that Ghost Dog's Raider was asking about. If I put tension in the shaft or whatever. Gosh, this is our most lewd stream ever so far. Not yet. It's getting there though. Bend the shaft, yeah, bend the shaft. Hopefully we don't bend the shaft here. But if Ghost Dog raids us, we're gonna get a little lewd. It's gonna happen. Okay. Where did that go to? Then right there. That game is. It really is. I'm not going to disagree with you, Buck. The disappointment was honestly because I love that game so much, and the run is truly fun. No, I get it, Zero. And like, what's fun on your own and what's fun in front of people can be different too. Like, this may surprise people too. I've never raged on stream or anything like that, and I've never raged when people are like in the room, but if I'm alone with myself in a video game, I will kind of rage a little bit. Now, my rages might be pretty tame compared to what we've seen on Twitch. I mean, I know we've seen some stuff, but like, I'm way different when people are watching. When people are around me or watching and I'm playing a game and something goes wrong, I just only laugh. It's the only thing that happens is I laugh at it, and I'm like, well, thank goodness. That's like a nice reflex to have. But when I'm alone, I don't laugh when I die in video games usually. Sometimes I do if it's funny, but if it's like frustrating, I'm yeah. Like wanting to do a good job and then getting continually frustrated by it, but it's just totally understandable. Yeah. I mean, I think that's like a pretty normal response. Just to, like, helps ease tension. Lets everybody, it's like a social cue, like, I'm having a good time. Don't worry about me. Or a defense mechanism, maybe, yeah. When I was in boot camp 100 years ago, the only thing I ever got in trouble for was laughing. I never got in trouble for anything else. I wasn't too slow. I didn't leave messes. I didn't get in trouble for anything except laughing. And I got in trouble a lot. The ability to suppress laughter is completely absent from my toolbox. I absolutely can't stifle laughter at all. Not even a little bit. Like, the kids put on like the try not to laugh challenge, where it's just like vines of funny stuff in a row, and they're all sitting there stone-faced. I'm belly laughing 2 seconds into the first one. They're like, it hasn't even gotten started yet. Why are you laughing? I'm like, the lawnmower was flying. They're like, that's not even funny. I'm like, pretty funny, flying lawnmower. I got no laugh resistance whatsoever. Like that. Do not have that skill. I don't know how people do it. Like, I could never be on a TV show with like a comedian and like not ruin every take. I'd be like just laughing constantly. Like, what's his name? John DiMaggio, who did the voice of, he did a bunch of voices on Futurama, but like the voice of Bender. I read once that he had to like bring a pillow with him to recording sessions with Billy West, because Billy West would make him laugh so much that he'd have to like bury his face in a pillow. Starting to laugh just thinking of that flying line. See, Sots has got it too. It just flew away. It just took off and flew away. Why did it do that? Lawnmowers don't do that. What's up, Sots? How'd your Mario 3 go? Was that yesterday? I was lurking yesterday or earlier today. You were playing Mario Bros. 3. I love that game. I have a little bit of PTSD from that game, but I love it anyway. Okay, we're going to go all the way to the bottom here. Good. I'm laughing thinking about John DiMaggio shoving a pillow in his face. I mean, Billy West, pretty funny guy. Alright, one more. Nope, this is the last one. Okay, so we're going to come down like this. Yeah, that vertical line there was much easier, huh? And let's see if I got the right amount. There should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, oh, good counting. I can't count to 6, bug. I can't do it. Hey, look at that. Little Tanuki Mario. Nice. I know that would be a sight to see. He has such a good laugh as Jake the Dog. Oh, yeah. Just hearing him laugh would make me laugh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that the right amount? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, 7 is not the right amount. It's 8. How did I mess that up? Where's the missing one? Alright, well, let's see. The top one should be in line with the 2 red. Hopefully. Okay, at least that much is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I think it's right there. There's a missing one right there. I think I skipped one there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. That looks like it. I bet if I backtrack to there, I'll find the one I accidentally skipped. Making bacon pancakes. My kid actually was the one who made me watch Adventure Time. I'd never even really heard of it. I don't really watch television very much. I did watch Futurama. I loved Futurama and The Simpsons when I was a kid. And Power Rangers and Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, etc. But as an adult, hey, thanks for follow Ruby Gem TV and for that Psyduck and Slowpoke. Yeah, Slowpoke, you don't get thanked. I do like the Slowpoke, but Psyduck's the star. Hope you're having a lovely evening. But so I don't really watch television as much as an adult. But my daughter was like, "You have to watch this show, Adventure Time. I need you to come see it." Like, she wanted me to see it so that I could appreciate it with her. And she puts on this episode called The Eyes. And Jake and Finn are like tired from their adventures, and they're coming home and they're trying to sleep, but they can't because there's this like horse outside their house, and it's just staring at them. And I was blown away by this cartoon. She shows me this one episode. I'm like, what have I just watched? And so then I made Sarah watch it. I was like, you have to see this cartoon Rory made me see. This show is ridiculous. And then we bought like 7 seasons of Adventure Time. Dude, we gotta kill the horse. What? Oh man, yeah. I told you to lure the horse. You lured the snakes. I see, XY Taruka, that you are a person of taste. You know the eyes. Okay, I think... Yeah, there we go. A kid in Naruto ran down the halls of my high school, high-fiving people and shouting Adventure Time. That's how I found it. That sounds about right. I like it. Adventure Time? What's that? I remember, too, when my kid asked me, like, what the difference between literal and metaphorical was. And I said, literal means you're, like, actually doing it. Metaphorical means you're saying it, but you're not actually doing it. You mean it in some other way. And the example she used was like, oh, like grab your friends in Adventure Time when he literally grabs his friend. But that's not what it means. I'm like, yes, that's a perfect example of literal. He literally grabs his friend. All right, so then this one will go, this will be number 4, and number 4 will be in line with the other 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's correct. Four. Very easy to just slip a stitch on this. Another Final Fantasy 15. I don't recognize this soundtrack at all because I never played that game. I probably don't even have whatever system it's on, unless it's on PC. I do have one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But, as we all know, if it came out after my kids were born, I don't play it. Alright. There we go. I did it. I got my 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I can finish off this row. Alright, and there's the end of the little robe there. Ooh-wee. Alright, now we're going to skip over to here. Alright, and then I will... I probably should have done that hand earlier, actually. I mean, I have enough yarn, so it's not going to be a problem, but I feel like a bonehead for having done it this way now. Okay, so I'm going to jump up and do... You can't really see it. It's kind of like blurred out there. But... So I did... Come on, camera, work with me here. There we go. I did this vertical shaft here, and I did... Now I've done these 2 little guys right here, but I forgot to do this part right here. So I gotta like jump up, do that part, and then I can jump back down here and do that. But no big deal. Like I said, we got plenty of yarn for that. Alright, so we're gonna jump up with 3 spaces in between and 1 over. So we're gonna invert the chevron we're doing. We're doing like a V here. We're gonna do the other one. I guess an A. I guess that's a chevron. So we'll call them V's and chevrons, because chevrons point up. Right? I guess a chevron could technically point down, but in the Marine Corps they point up. Alright. And we're going to do 2 V's just to the side of that. for the horse. All right, and then I'll leave a gap of just one there. That's perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, and then over here we're going to do the chevron right there. And that should leave a gap of one. I think we finished the playlist we were in. Oh no, we're still in this playlist. This one's just a little less relaxing, a little more intrepid. Alright, and in line with those, with a little gap of one, right there. In fact, I'm going to do the lower one first. Yeah, I'm going to do both at the same time. Let's get crazy. Is that what he said? I haven't watched Bob Ross in a while. I used to love that show when I was a kid, though. I would watch it with my mother. And anytime he would add anything, we'd be like, oh, he ruined it. He ruined his perfectly good painting. And then it would look better than it did before. We're like, oh, never mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then on the bottom, 6. Okay, but I don't want to go actually there just yet. I'm going to pop back out down here. Boop, boop, boop. Hey, this one's called Relax and Reflect. How perfect is that? Although, honestly, I'm going to say, like, as much as I'm enjoying getting this work done, this is not particularly relaxing. It's more relaxing than Mario 64, but having my fingernails pulled out is more relaxing than Mario 64. Alright, here's 6. That'll complete that row of 5. Alright, and then we're going to jump over 2. Come out right there. Okay. Make a V. And often on these little characters, I will do one color, and then in doing my second or third color, find that I messed up the first one. I have to go undo a bunch. I didn't see it immediately, but when I'm trying to get other colors involved, suddenly the error becomes clear. You're like, oh, oops, something's not where it's supposed to be. And then I go hunting for it and I can find it. All right, and we have a small vertical shaft here of 4, and we're all done with our blue. That's a PB for a Moon Mage outline. Not bad, huh? And the first color is always the hardest. I did also knit the hat, Ruby Gem. In fact, I knit this beanie 7 times. I think I undid it and redid it. Redid it. Woohoo! Thanks for the GGs. I did not knit this beanie. But I did knit this beanie. I see I did the little white border down here to kind of make it look like the Final Fantasy text boxes, you know? And Now we're stitching all the characters. I started making this beanie so long ago. I started making it in October after I finished the Bowser down at the bottom of the page here. Oh, right on. Welcome to the knitting circle. I love it. I think this is the first time someone's joined me. I usually join other people and I tell them, welcome to the knitting circle. So what are you knitting? Rubes? I mostly knit beanies. But I love all manner of yarn craft. I did that blanket behind me. That's just a granny square crochet blanket. A colorwork cowl, nice. I've knit sweaters. I've done a lot of blankets. And like amigurumis. I like knitting better, I think. Like, I feel like knitting is a more efficient use of the yarn. But I find crochet to be easier. Oh, good. This is my first crafting stream. So we're like a little blurry, but it's all right. We'll work out the kinks. Normally play these little video games instead, but we have Beanie Quest here in the stream where viewers can earn themselves a beanie, and I've got 2 in the queue now, so I'm trying to 2 birds with 1 stone. Get my stream count up for the year. I'm trying to do 150 streams this year and get my beanies done. Thanks. It's just this camera here is just a little blurry today, but I mean, it's my first time using it. I'll fiddle with it and get it unblurred. It'll be just fine. All right, what do we got? We're at 2 hours already. It's 10:30. We're gonna keep going. I don't care. Let's add some gold to this mage. I am gonna have some wine tonight, but it'll just have to be late wine. Hopefully I don't get sad, right, Bug? Sometimes wine just makes me sad. I drink it and then I just get all kind of mopey. Mickey Dad sad. When I finish this beanie, should I put it down there in the boss slideshow? I don't want to muddle the slideshow. Alright, so the moon's gonna start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces to the left of this. Okay, so that's right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're gonna start there. Booty, 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 boo, boo. I would blame, like, I only have myself to blame for not having finished this beanie. The reason I haven't finished this beanie is because I'm playing too much World of Warcraft. I'm not gonna lie. I don't have a good excuse. Oh yeah? How you liking Dragonflight? I loved Dragonflight. That's why I've been playing it so much. I'm like, oh, Dragonflight's good stuff. I love flying around on them dragons. I didn't really like Shadowlands so much, so I kind of thought like, eh. it's my first ever stream actually was WoW. Not really. I wasn't like really like streaming. I was just showing my buddy something. I was like, oh here, let me pull it up on Twitch and I'll show you. But yeah, I do play a lot of Warcraft. I just don't stream it because it's not really what we do here. But I've been playing World of Warcraft since launch day. Like I played Asheron's Call before World of Warcraft, and Asheron's Call 2. Love MMORPGs, man. I haven't played like a ton of them because they would all just suck my life away. Oh, diehard RuneScape fan. I did play like a touch of RuneScape, like just one time, but it just made me want to play or World of Warcraft. I also played a lot of Final Fantasy 11 back in the day. That's what all the other Marines were playing, was Final Fantasy 11. Until World of Warcraft came out, then everyone stopped playing Final Fantasy 11 forever. Okay, that's gonna go there, right? That doesn't look like it's in the right spot. Somehow, doesn't look quite right. Yeah, that should be in line with that. Something's not right here. Yeah, you wouldn't know from my stream really that I play World of Warcraft, I guess, unless you noticed that somewhere in the background there's some World of Warcraft sprites in there. Okay, what do we got here? With this business, so that needs to go up a little bit. What happened here? Are we like missing a stitch? No, we had it right. It's just a really weirdly tall stitch. Like my needles were loose or something when I did that stitch. So there's just like one weird tall one there. But you can't tell until you put your face right up on the beanie. So no big deal. Or maybe it's because that one's super tight. But this should be... Yeah, that's weirdly not lined up. Go straight down. Whew. Alright, and then that's gonna go down to there. Okay, and then this goes diagonal of that. Perfect. Okay. Gotta go with the F to bed. Understand, bug. Get some sleep. Give that larva doctor a kiss for me. Have a good night. You got some more Star Tropics 2 to run in the morning, so you're gonna need your rest. Oh, whoops. This was actually gonna go all the way through there. I mean, he calls it Star Tropics 2. I call it Star Tropics 4, but maybe that's just me. Okay, gosh, this moon is looking a little... I'm supposedly on track. It just feels a little weird, but again, like I said, it's a trust the process kind of evolution. I was hoping to I've got some parts in the mail actually for my Game Boy. My left shoulder button here died, like the actual electronic switch in it died. So I ordered a new one, but it's like on its way from Germany, and the delivery said January 13th to January 31st, and it didn't arrive today. I was kind of hoping it would get here today, because I also got a new soldering iron for Christmas, so I thought it'd be fun to crack this thing open and solder in new shoulder buttons. Maybe next time. We did a soldering stream before once. Yeah, and it was, you know, what was really hard actually was finding ones that aren't clicky. Like they market them as clicky, like people want a tactile shoulder button. I do not want that. I do not want a clicky shoulder button. I want nice quiet buttons so that I can play Game Boy in bed next to Sarah. Don't get me wrong, I like the click. Sarah doesn't like the click, so I can't have the click. I have two NES controllers. One of them is my my monster clicker. Like, I put fresh rubber pads in that thing, and man, when you push a button on that thing, it pushes back. And Sarah hates that controller. She's like, can you please switch controllers? Yeah, see, this is a bedtime Game Boy. This is not a feel-good Game Boy. I do love a good click, though. I love a satisfying click as much as anybody. But we've got to be mindful of our purpose here. Like, I would play, I was playing Picross on the DS, and using the D-pad, and the D-pad on the DS would click. She's like, can you please stop? So I would have to play with the little joystick instead. I'm like, what? It's so hard to play this game with the joystick. So unnatural. Using a joystick to play Picross. Oh, me too. Like, I don't know. Like, I should technically stream the Game Boy Picross, because I did play it as a kid, never beat it. But I'm like, is that going to be so boring for everyone else watching me solve puzzles? I mean, I guess that's their bad. If they don't want to watch, they don't have to watch. I do love Picross. In all its forms. Alright, well, it doesn't super look like a moon, but it looks okay. The smaller the shape is, like, the less great it looks. It looks kind of, like, thick. This is normal, though. This happens when I'm doing... Thanks. The overall impression is still great. When you put stitches on, when you add color, the added color is much thicker than the inherent color. So, like, you can see here, like, there's a space, a gap in between the moon and the hat. It almost disappears on the hat. It's still there. There's a little gap there. And if I like tugged on the black yarn, I could get it to stand out a little more. So this moon just like looks a little chonk compared to the source moon. But that's normal. Well, thank you. I'm glad you all think it looks good. I actually do too. I'm not like beating myself up. We've come a long way. If I'm making it, then I'm okay with it. I won't even like work on a project that I know I'm going to be unhappy with. No, this stuff is actually really tight. In fact, adding these to it has tightened the beanie. The beanie's less stretchy than it was when I started. So I hope Foo's got a smaller head than me, which is likely because I have kind of a giant melon. Otherwise, it's just going to be, well, it's just going to sit in the background like like Octo the Huge. Not a very practical beanie, but most of the beanies I make aren't very practical. All of the practical ones that I've made have kind of gone to kids. Like the kids take the practical ones. The adults kind of all end up with impractical, but fun beanies. I didn't promise it'd be useful. Plus, Fushoya lives in LA. Like, he doesn't even need a beanie. What's he going to do with a beanie? They don't even sell beanies down there. I like a good impractical video game collectible. Yeah. I'm with it. My daughter, for my birthday, gave me a World of Warcraft, like, Mega Bloks set. We built it tonight. And it had, like, in it a little treasure, like a mystery, like, gotcha, you know? And I opened it up, and it was a little sword. And I was like, this is so cool. This is what I want for every birthday from now on. She's like, gotcha. Every birthday, you're getting a World of Warcraft Mega Bloks. Alright, so then we're going to go over 2 and down 1. It's going to come out there. Okay. Well, yeah, Octo the Huge. That's about as impractical a beanie as I've ever made was those Octo the Huges. That honestly, that started as me getting rid of yarn. I was like, I have so much of this dang yarn. I'm going to make an Octo beanie. And I thought when I started that I would have enough for one beanie. And I got done with the first one. I was like, gosh, that took barely any yarn at all. Well, I'll just make like 2 or 3 of them then. And then I ended up with 5. I was like, 5? How did I get 5 beanies out of this? Then there were 5 racers. I'm like, oh, that was perfect. Good thing there weren't 6 racers. It would have been really sad. I would have had to go buy more yarn to make a 6th beanie, and then I would have had all that yarn again. Would have ended up right back where I started. Okay, then down there, right in that little section. It's happened before. With Sarah's blanket. That's pretty much the same as this one, just different colors. I was like, here's some colors I'm trying to get rid of. Which ones do you like? And she picked 3 colors. And then I ran out of all 3 of those colors before the blanket was big enough. So I had to go buy more of the same 3 colors. I'm like, this is nothing. I didn't accomplish anything. Oh, goodness. What game is this from? Near Gestalt? Is that the name of the game? Near Gestalt? I never even heard that. Oh wait, I have heard of Near Automata. I wonder if that's the same Near. I didn't know it was spelled like that though. I've only ever heard it. Oh my gosh, it's almost 11. It's way too late to be up and streaming. I'm just being so productive though. Maybe I should do crafting streams during the day when I'm crafting. Cool, huh? Yeah, it's coming along. He got a little hand there. He'll get his little pantaloons. Another hand eventually. Actually, when I did this one earlier, I did the face here in the skin color, and then chopped the yarn off. And then I was like, good to go. We're all done here. And then I started doing the dwarf here, and I went to measure, and I'm like, wait, what? There's something missing here. I didn't give him any arms. All right. I think that'll have to do it for tonight, because it's so dang late. And it's been over 2 hours, and I can tell because my throat's dried out. Let's get my keyboard back over here. Come here, keyboard. See if we can do it without unplugging the stream deck there. All right. Here, let's put on our signing off. There we go. All right. Well, nobody's on because everybody rated me tonight. Let's go find out who's left. Late night Twitch here. Give everybody some bonus radishes to help them get their own Mickey Dad Red original beanie. Ooh, we got some good stuff. Hey, thanks, Ruby. You too. Thanks for hanging out again. All right, let's go raid Serenity's Bane. Doing some Super Mario Sunshine. If you'd like to, go ahead and give him the Mickey Dad raid. Tell him hi. Tell him bye. Tell him nothing. Take your radishes and run. And have a good night, everybody. And I'll see y'all on, I don't know, whenever I show up. I'll see y'all in February. Good night. Yeah, Mickey Dad raid.